Alright guys, here we are in our very first Journey into Nyx draft. This one's all three packs are Journey into Nyx. Um, it's not the best value, but I'm more familiar with this set overall than everything else. And that being said, I'm not familiar with this at all. So looking at our cards, our rare is a 1/1 flying, and I mean a 1/1 flyer for one that has potential to be okay. And it has bestow, of course, which is really good, but it's super expensive. Um, we've got some enchantments, some normal creatures. 2/2 flyer, or I'm sorry, 2/3 flyer. That's actually pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and pick that up. Let's see. Got a 5/3 for 6, and it makes someone discard. Hour of Need isn't awful. You can get a bunch of 4/4s with flying. I don't know how many times you'd be casting that for more than one, or for more than like one extra target rather. Yeah, Binding Flare is just another combat trick. I think we like Hour of Need here. We can the Massive taps, which is pretty good. Yeah, everything else is kind of just underwhelming, so we'll go ahead and take the Hour of Need. Aerial Formation, it's a pretty good combat trick. Any number of target creatures gain 1/1 in flying. Again, I don't know how much you're going to be able to strive it, but it's something. It also has potential to come back around. Looking into our creatures, this guy, I'm not even sure what he does. Okay, something gains Intimidate. Freak is Chosen's good. 1/1 Death Touchers are annoying and always good. Magma Spray's good. I think we're actually going to pick up the removal here. The 2/4, that is essentially a 3/5 for 5. Also something we need to keep into consideration here. And I'm not really a fan of this guy. So it's between these three here, I think. I don't have any color preference yet, so I'm just going to go ahead with the body. In the last draft I made the mistake of not picking up enough creatures. So hopefully I don't overcompensate and grab too many in this one. That's not a bad enchantment at all. If I have enough mana, I can just tap or untap whatever I'd like. 4/4. Wow, this guy becomes the target of a spell or ability. Sack it. This has potential to be good, but there's a lot of tricks. But at least it immediately asks for a removal spell. Font of Fertility is good. It's just kind of a more expensive divination, but it's kind of iffy. I don't know if I like it very much. We'll go ahead with the 4/4 bestow guy. Hopefully it pays off for us in the end. This pack, 4/2 constellation guy. The tap. That's actually not a bad ability. Like, I like that ability a lot. Giant 5/5, but he can't attack unless there's an enchantment. Flying Heroic. We might actually want this card here. Heroic is good. Flying is obviously good. Oppressive Raise is also pretty nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, there's no way it'll table, I don't think. So our choices here are the Flyer, the Hound, or the other guy. I'm going to go ahead and take the Mastiff here. Wow, there's lots of uncommons haven't been picked up yet. Starfall's good. It's removal. Well, pseudo removal. 3 damage. I'm not a fan of those kind of spells like Fawn of Vigor and stuff like that. 5/4 guy that gets monstrous for 6. He's a body. I'm thinking we'll see another one of those though. And our choices here are between Rouse the Mob and just straight up removal. We'll go ahead and we'll pick Rouse the Mob here. Actually, yeah, we'll take the Starfall. See, I should have took Rouse the Mob. I figured something like that was gonna happen. That has good, but if they have this guy's good, but if they have removal, it's awful, obviously. For each input token. So it gives you another guy with a haste for like 1 turn. It's potentially a blowout. Let's see. Yeah, this pack is relatively unexciting. I don't want to pick up another Starfall, but yeah, we'll just pick up the Twin Flame. I'm not sure on the pack, or the pick for that pack rather. 2/5 for 4. He blocks nicely, but he's completely out of our color. Mortal Obstinacy is good. 5 damage to target player for, I mean, it has potential to be okay. And we have a 5/6 guy that's huge. And that's the number of planes, so we'll go ahead and we'll take that. Another 5/4 for 6. It's either that guy, the Oppressive Rays, or 2/3 for 3. I like 2/3 for 3s. I'm not sure what our color situation is thus far. I'm gonna take the Oppressive Rays here. Yeah, none of this is exciting, so we'll just take the Binding Flare. Take the Font of Fortunes. And at this point I'm just going to grab any kind of combat tricks, things like that. Oppressive Rays is good. Having 2 of them is nice. We'll see how much it actually pays off for us. So we're in this weird mix where we're in white, red, and blue. Yeah, the red's not heavy yet. I think red's actually pretty unexciting in this set. So maybe we'll go with some sort of white-blue deck here. Beneath the top X card of the library, where X is the number of planes. Okay. I'm not sure why this is taking so long. There's like 1 card to be picked. I guess they're like really far behind us somehow. So we're just gonna sit here and wait. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm drafting appropriately. I think it looks like we're heading into white-blue. The fonts are not super exciting. I like Oppressive Ray a lot. Making something like not as good unless they have to pay an extra 3 is really good. The Crane isn't amazing, but it has potential to be a 3/5 flyer. I'm okay with that. The Mastiff is good, it just locks it down. This is more of a control-y kind of build, obviously. And we got a Bestow guy, and we'll see what else we pull in our next 2 packs here. We only have 5 creatures. We're going to want to pick up more creatures. I don't want to end up in the situation that I was in last draft I did, where I ended up with 9 or like 8 playable creatures, and I had to play a 9th one just because I really needed the body. I ended up going 2/1, but I mean, that doesn't mean anything. Alright, so our pack, Banishing Light is amazing. Skybind, whenever another enchantment enters. Okay, so looking at our enchantments, we have 2 Oppressive Rays. Is that all we need? Or all we have, rather? Our Bestow guy and those 2 enchantments. So it's more of a blink kind of spell. Vanishing Light is straight up removal. The creatures aren't fantastic, so I'm okay with grabbing one more removal spell here. Vanishing Light, I'm a fan of. So like I said, we're going to be trying to go for some creatures here. Ooh, that's actually kind of nice looking. We don't want this. A 2/4, or I'm sorry, an 0/4 heroic guy. We don't have a million things that we can target it with, so it's relatively unexciting. Yeah, I'm okay with taking yet another spell here. Wow, that's a huge swing. Yeah, I think we'll just go ahead and grab this. Bouncing a creature and all the auras is nice. Okay, a red-white temple is good. I might just pick that up because I want it. And rare drafting is bad, but I kind of need that. A 3/2 heroic guy that destroys an enchantment. I wish we had more things to target with. Let's see. 3/1 for 2. Relatively unexciting. 1/1 that can't be blocked. I'm actually a fan of these kinds of cards, actually. If we suit them up with something nice, that'd be excellent. I'm going to go ahead and grab the temple. Red-white, or I'm sorry, red-blue is still an option for us, and that'll definitely help. Having the scry is nice. And even if we just play red, I think we're going to use it just for the scry. So we're just waiting to see our next pick here. We really need to start grabbing creatures. Our curve isn't terrible. We have wow, Master of the Feast still here. Nyx Fleece Ram is pretty good. He's a huge blocker. Unfortunately, he's an enchantment. He gets hit by a lot of the removal. The 0/5 heroic guy. Getting two 2/2 flyers and scrying is good, but for 6, I'm not sure how good that is. For 5. Okay, so whenever enchantments come in, this guy can't be blocked, which has potential to be good. I don't know if I want to deal with this, so I think I'm actually going to pick this. Wow. A lot of rares just keep coming through. I forget more than one spell per turn. That's a card from way back in the day. I can't remember what it is, actually. A 4/4 flying for 6, colorless. I think that's actually pretty good. I'm probably going to end up picking that up. Okay, so he can block and fog it for a whole bunch of mana. Yeah, so we're going to grab the flyer for 6. He's only an artifact creature, he's not an enchantment, so he dodges some of the removal. And a 4/4 flyer for 6 colorless is actually pretty reasonable, I think. Okay, so I don't know. This guy is still here. Just drawing extra cards is good, I think, and I don't mind if the opponent gets to do that either. This guy can't be blocked. We really need creatures. Looks like red's like really open. So our choices are the 3/1, the 3/2 flying, which is probably the pick here, or the 1/1. So I'm gonna pick the 3/2 flyer. We have a lot of evasion in our deck so far, and I want to keep with that theme. I hope we don't get outraced by like a bunch of little guys on the ground, but we have things like Oppressive Raise and like another Oppressive Raise. I don't think we want another one just yet. I wouldn't mind picking up just a straight up counter spell and it mills them. Giving things double strike as long as it's enchantment or... Okay, so this is like, it gives something double strike potentially, or it is just like, it won't let it attack. So, looking at our creatures, we don't have many. I'm actually going to go ahead and... No, I'll grab the countermand here. Yeah, that was another one where I'm unsure of the pick. A 5/3, unless they have an enchantment or an enchantment permanent. 5/5 for 6. He can't attack, but he can still block. So I'm actually going to go ahead and pick it up, because I don't want to grab another Oppressive Raise already. Skybind's still here, of course. So we're between the font or the aerial formation. Yeah, I think we'll grab the font. We're not going to take another one of those unless we absolutely have to. 2 is plenty. Drawing the cards is excellent, and I'm not sure how quick this format is. I honestly have no idea, so really hoping we don't just get blown out by some aggro deck right away. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take one of the things. It might help if we... I don't even remember how many heroic guys we grabbed, but... Yeah, so we're at 9 creatures. We still want to hit more. And that's just 9 creatures we drafted. One's a Master of the Feast we're not playing, and we probably won't get to play this Chimera. Even though he's pretty good. You get to scry, and then he gets +X+O, where X is a converted mana cost. He has potential to be huge. So here, we're just going to grab the body again. He's expensive, but he's a guy. Now we're just looking for things we don't want to deal with. Yeah, we'll take the Disciple. And take that because I can play him if I have to. And now we're just waiting for the slow people. Yeah, so hopefully we can hit some creatures that we want to be playing in our next pack here. Yeah, take the planes. Next pack, maybe we'll draw some, or get some sort of bomb rare, or something excellent for us. Overall, I'm not extremely displeased with our deck. Okay, so we get a Harness by Force. It's like a huge act of treason. You just get to keep grabbing a bunch of stuff. 1/4 guy is not great. Johnny's Presence, things get 1/1 and indestructible. Unfortunately, we didn't get many creatures. We got a 3/2 flyer for 4. Again, that's a card that I like, and I'm okay with grabbing. Our rare is nice, but that's not the colors we're going to be playing in, unfortunately. And I'd rather definitely just grab a body early on here. Deicide's great. You exile an enchantment, and there's a whole bunch of enchantments here. So I'm completely okay with taking that. Leonin, Iconoclast rather, is quite good. I'm not a fan of this. Flying Vigilant 2/1. Yeah, we're going to take the Deicide here. Wow, Eidolon's still here. Yeah, red is really open, but I don't want to jump into red in my last pack, like halfway through it. Reveal top card of your library. Okay, so that has potential to hurt really badly. Okay, so that's just a big lockdown. 2/3 heroic guy. And creature with Chimera mana costs 2 or less. Unfortunately, I don't think we have very many of those, if we have any at all. I still think he's the pick, though. He blocks relatively well. And like I said, we need creatures pretty badly. We have another 3/2 flyer. Our 4 drops are heavy right now. 2/3 guy with Death Touch. Other Minotaurs, yeah, get Death Touch. It's not bad. And we're actually gonna take this 1/1 instead of the 3/2 flyer. Even though it actually probably would have tabled. I probably shouldn't have taken it, but I don't want to overload our 4s and have nothing to do early on. Giving things double strike. Okay, so this is a relatively weak pack. Starfall's not great. Yeah, so I'm just gonna take this so no one else can have it. Yeah, it looks like red's really open, unfortunately. Destroy all permanents at the beginning of the next end step. That's insane. Okay, so we'll actually take this guy. Another hard one. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think we can afford to grab this guy. Our curve is very much in the later end of the game. I'm gonna grab this just in case we end up in red again. So there's a whole bunch of red coming through. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. 2-1 scry, not great, but I'm just gonna go ahead and grab our 1-1 here. The double strike. Yeah, we have a bunch of unexciting things, so you gain lifelink. Okay. So we're gonna grab this just because it's a guy and I don't want anyone to draft some sort of great heroic deck somehow. Yeah, so now we're just hitting the bottom of the barrel. I don't think we're gonna be picking up anything great. Hopefully we can turn this pile of stuff into a deck. We don't have any amazing bombs. We have a pretty good high end and we have a lot of evasion and our guys block pretty well. We don't have a million tricks. We do have a good bit of removal or pseudo removal in the form of oppressive rays and things like that. The Mastiff is essentially removal. Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty unexciting. At the worst, this guy's a grizzly bear, so we're gonna go ahead and grab him. I'm not against playing this guy at all, and he could block and potentially not die if we have to do that late game. Hopefully we don't, but it's always an option. Yeah, so at this point we just don't want other people to grab stuff. So I'm just going to take the rare, just why not? All of this stuff is pretty bad at this point. We'll see if I can maybe hit. I can't remember exactly where the other 1-1 guy was, but we might get him. But 1-1s that can't be blocked are potentially pretty good. And if you bestow it onto, or bestow it with something nice, I think we only have the one bestow guy though. But he has potential to get pretty big. So that's an enchantment. We just won't let someone cast that against us. And this draft is taking forever for some reason. But yeah, looking down at this bottom, that's pretty much our whole deck there. Yeah, it's an 8-4, so we got to do pretty well to win, profit at all. We ended up pulling a Temple, a Master of the Feast, a Deicide, and Oppressive Rays. Or I'm sorry, not Oppressive Rays. Banishing Light. I'm not sure how much value we actually picked up just in the cards itself. Obviously, we're going to try and just win the whole thing, and hopefully we can do that. But we will see. Alright, so that's going to end the drafting phase. I'll start the next clip, and it'll just be us deck building, and I'll show you my decision making. I will not say whether what I'm doing is right or wrong, because it's probably wrong, but yeah, I'll see you as soon as the deck building begins. Thanks.